N3on shows Gilbert Arenas the clip of him dancing with Jordan Pauline. Gilbert keeps it real, saying sometimes to get your confidence up, you need a few little ones you can run through. It's nasty work, King.
Happy I was?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
So what happened after?
Nothing? I ended streaming and went home.
Have the hands on the hips.
You ever heard of Backpage?
No.
Probably too young for that. You ever heard of Instagram?
Get up and get out of them relationships. Like,
Why are you here, bro? It's kind of the same. Sometimes,
get up.
You know, to get your confidence out. I'm saying to get your confidence level up, you need a few little holes that you can just run through.
Okay.
Right? It's like you got the game and then you got practice. Mm-hmm. Right? Sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Why you start like that? You know what I'm saying?
You see how happy?
Listen, the reason why I like showing y'all some N3on clips is because you get motivated. You understand? Because if someone like N3on could find his place in the world, he don't got nothing that women like except for money and that camera, bro. That camera. But for me, when I see him doing this thing right, what I see is, excuse me, the world is changing, and we got to realize that. Listen, when at the end of the day, his phenotype when it comes to men is like the left leaning, anti-violence, no gun in the home having, you know what I'm saying? His testicles ain't dropped yet. He's that type of dude. You know what I mean? The kind of guy that doesn't really have any. He's not intimidating. Men. It's hard for men to be attractive when there's no danger to them. Like men having size automatically makes you think, all right, they could be dangerous. Men having a certain frame, right, just carry themselves a certain kind of way. He doesn't have any of that going on, right? But I'm also speaking to what Gilbert is also saying in terms of confidence. Confidence is extremely important. Now, I understand you've heard that before, and I'm sure it makes sense to you. But let me delve deeper into what that means. So confidence meaning the belief in yourself, how you feel about yourself, and how you see yourself. That has a huge impact on what you think you can accomplish in this lifetime, right? How you think, and as well as your long-term thinking, right? So one of the reasons why I'm still here today and I've been able to progress my content. So if you look at my old videos, look at my videos now, the lighting is better, the video quality is better, right? The content of the content is better. But that's because I had confidence that, okay, if I keep building up my ideas, if I keep it going, some people will never get to even where they even make videos. I had StreamYard for about a good year and a half before I started actively making videos on a regular basis. It just sat there. I was just getting built every month for almost a good. I think I didn't really start making videos on a regular basis on StreamYard until about 2023. So it took me from really 2020. It took me a good 3 years to start uploading on a regular basis. I had a conversation with my homeboy the other day, and he said something to me that really inspired me. He said, when I watch your content now, you seem more confident. And I'm like, damn, I gotta make sure the confidence is shining through. So that's why faith is important, and that's why faith building activities are important. But speaking to this point when it comes to the women, this world and this society wants you to think that you should not want to have or look to have any advantage over women. But women, for the most part, only speak to trying to gain an advantage over the men or have an unfair advantage over the men. I saw a clip earlier, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm sorry. I saw a thumbnail from the dumper, and it's a video where this girl's going viral for charging guys to talk to her. It's crazy out there, fam. But anywho, so Gilbert spoke to getting some practice in. And for men, listen, one of the greatest things that ever happened is I got a lot of opportunities to have practice in life. And now that I'm an older guy, and I hear how, like, people be talking about having sex. Fam, even when I watch amateur stuff online, now I don't know. Maybe they got a house full of kids, and it could be that they're trying to be quiet. But I'm like, man, it has never sounded that way when I was ever having relations. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying, listen.
Goodness, you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
We're not good to go. But dudes need that kind of practice to have an advantage. Like, even when you see a guy, right? And when I was younger, I didn't understand this. A lot of times, if a guy had mouthpiece, if a guy had a charisma, if a guy seemed, like he seemed very cool and collected and was very confident, it was usually because he had an older brother. A lot of times, people who have older brothers and older siblings, or just older cousins, but if they're around older guys, they're learning more, and they have more of, how can I say? They have a more diverse pool of information versus if you don't know anyone. Like, when you don't know people, you don't realize that you're not really worldly. Like, you don't really know shit, or you haven't done anything. It's sharing your experiences and connecting with different people that helps you have a fuller view of what life could be and what the world really is. You understand me? Leaves, come here a second. My assistant. Where he at? Levi. Oh, Levi went to sleep. Oh, man. I want to get this drink for me. I forgot he went to sleep behind me. It's cool. Whatever. So, but confidence is key. So, my bad. Going back to the whole, with the women. When it comes to women, if a guy's really confident with women, he's had someone either talking to him, giving him information, or he got a lot of opportunities to interact with women, right? And more than anything, it's mastering your anxiety and understanding your emotions. Like, for example, I understand that I'm going to get nervous. Understanding I'm going to get nervous, or understanding that sometimes I talk a little bit too fast. Sometimes I'm not speaking clear. Me understanding that I may do that makes it easier for me to correct it, like right now. Because I'll listen to my content, I'm like, damn, I want to make sure that my delivery is clear. I want to make sure that those words can hit the mic the right way. Pause. Goodness gracious, it's getting gayer and gayer as time goes on. Please forgive me for all the gayness. Sorry, guys. My bad. I'll be good. All right, here we go. But anyway, yeah. So when you deal with women, for the most part, and listen, maybe it's just handsome man's privilege, but me personally, I feel like, now I have not been taking advantage of this because I have been deep in the trenches when it comes to what I'm doing. Because the next phase of this content is, I've been saying it for the longest time. In order for it to look the way it needs to look, I have to come down at least 30 pounds. And I don't even want to even get into nothing until I get to that point. But if you are able to, you do have to allow a woman or two to be a concubine. All right, meaning that if she's smashable, let her into your life a little bit. All right, because what happens is, not gonna lie, having you a homegirl you cool with, you know what I'm saying? Because getting sex will always make you more confident. Like, sex makes you more confident. I'm saying a woman enjoying you and being happy to see you gonna make you more confident. But this is also going to kind of feed into the conversation that we're going to have about money a little bit later. All right, and I think that when it comes to, how can I say? When it comes to this conversation about what role that finances play, and because what we going into is more of an intense negotiation and more of an upfront negotiation. Now, a lot of guys don't realize this. Now, the best way I can put it is, shout out to CGA, men are in love, women are in business, right? And men don't understand this until it's over. It's not until that you're breaking up. Like, for example, like we see with all these divorces, especially if they're high profile, the women never say, you know what, I'm good with what I have. Because most of the time, those girls are not broke. All right, them girls usually have money. They usually don't need to have any kind of settlement or nothing like that, unless y'all own things that have both y'all name on it. I think that's the only time it should be a conversation. But hey, it is what it is, right? But it's not until things go left that that she starts trying to collect. When the woman start trying to collect some money, that's when y'all collect money or start talking about money. You start realizing like, damn, this is more of like a transaction than I thought. And it doesn't matter how good the relationship is. You will always go back to feeling like a business, and men be hurt because they don't really understand women, and they don't understand the cycles that women go through or the phases they go through, just like kids, right? Where like when you were a child, you had a few things that you were excited about, that you enjoyed, that you no longer do, and it may not be because it was anything wrong with it or you fell out of love with it. It could just be mostly that you just stopped doing it one day. I never forget. I was talking to my ex, right, and I think she said, and it was like she said I said, because she had this camera, and she let me use it for a while, right, and so she goes I say to her, why do you have this camera? She says, oh, because I was doing content. And, it kind of like said it, because like at the time, I would talk to her about wanting to do content. And I remember the way she said it. She just like, so I'm like, well, why'd you stop doing it? She was just like, because I didn't want to do it anymore. And she kind of said it with a little bit of an attitude, and like she didn't want me to ask her about it. And at that moment, I realized, and I never forgot that, and I realized, you know what? Oh, so that means that you're going to do the same thing with this relationship at some point. At some point, you're going to decide, I don't want to do this anymore. Now, commitment and long-term thinking, those are male traits and behaviors. You only learn that from being around solid men who, if they say they're going to do some shit, they're going to do it. If they say they're going to be somewhere, they're going to be there. And what I feel like a lot of women, if they don't have their father around, they don't really gain that sense of commitment where they understand, I said this is what I was going to do, so I'm going to commit to it no matter how I feel today. All right? Like when it comes to me being a father, really anything I say I'm going to do, even when it comes to my Buddhist practice, it's never occurred to me one time that we shouldn't have our monthly discussion meeting and we should just skip a month. Now that I think that might have almost happened like one time, but on my watch, that meeting has never been skipped, or we never had to just not have it. We still had it one way or the other, whether it was Zoom or at whoever's house, but we still had it one way or another. But anywho, I'm kind of riffing, but overall though, confidence, man. So let me go ahead and get into this next. Let's get to another clip. What we got here, man? What we got? I don't like you going all the way to the bottom, man. What's going on? I want to go in order.
But you dropped Mills from your name because of me. You never said it, but that's why I think you dropped your name, right?
I dropped Mills off of my name just because Quilly is just, when you type in Quilly,